morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Depending on where you are watching from, welcome to BMS News. Guys, I know that most of us are still not happy about what transpired yesterday. But I want to tell you guys, the battle just began. You see, this 2023 presidential election, it will surely give birth to a new Nigeria. I love the way Peter Obi is handling his case. He has given his legal team a mandate to go to the Supreme Court. You know why? So that tomorrow, nobody will come and blame Peter Obi that we would have gone to Supreme Court, that Supreme Court would have done this, Supreme Court would have done that. Since these guys, they want to destroy the constitution of Nigeria, Nigerians will help them to destroy the constitution.
It's a useless book that does not deserve any space on my bookshelves. It's useless. I won't have to, for that matter.
I repeat again, Nigerians will help to burn this constitution. Not just this burning that you are seeing, but a heavy one. Nigerians will help the Nigerian lawyers and the politicians to burn this constitution. Guys, if you can recall the words of Baba Dati Ahmed, he said that Nigerians will make sure that they regain their mandate, because this is Nigerian mandate, that they regain their mandate through the legal means. But if the legal didn't work through, then they will follow other ways, which protest is also involved. And protest is also enshrined in the Constitution of Nigeria that Samani, I can't call Samani and his group as judge. I can't refer them as judge because they are not yet qualified to be called judges of Federal Republic of Nigeria. These men just bastardize the Nigerian Constitution. And if Supreme Court loves, let them uphold what the appeal have done so that Nigerians will help them to destroy the Constitution. Guys, I'll be dropping a video for you. Why I tell you people, relax. It's not yet over. Just watch this video.
Good morning and thank you for coming on today. A pleasure. Well, before we even go in and take a look at some parts of that, the judgment, highlights of the judgment, yesterday was, nobody saw that coming. I mean, regular people thought, well, maybe they start and in 2, 3, okay, maybe max 4 hours, some stretched it and said, okay, 5 hours, we should be wrapped up, done, pack your bags, everybody go home. But no way. At 10 p.m. last night, they were just, I think they wrapped up at about that time, and then just giving the usual conclusions, statements from lawyers and things like that. But how do you see why it took that long, first and foremost?
Well, let's say that it was a marathon judgment. They wanted to exhaust and clarify all the issues so that nobody will say that the judgment left any issue in context, not resolving it or not taking a position on it. So they went into the minute details, and then everybody had to read his opinion. And at the end of the day, that's why it took so long. But I think for people of that age, both the judges and the lawyers, there was a need for not just a 15-minute break, but that when people got tired, they would go out and stretch their legs. There could have been 1 hour in between. These are the kind of things that the doctors will tell you will possibly lead to some health challenges for people at that level, that age. We're not discussing young men and women 15, 20, 30. We're discussing men in their 60s and maybe 70s. So I think going up in future, they should be able to see how to break these things down, in such a way that maybe you could take some to them, maybe the following day you take the others.
And then there was also that thought, wondering, so when they broke all of these things down, as you also describe it, what more can the Supreme Court do? Because if it's really this clear, many just wonder, it doesn't make it, somewhat easier for Supreme Court to decide upon it.
They have taken their positions on these issues. And many Nigerians do not agree, and legal practitioners, with their position. So it makes it easier for those who felt shortchanged by the judgment to look at the facts, look at the law, and then lodge the proper appeal at the Supreme Court for them to have the final say. So it even makes it easier for the appellants to find out exactly what they're complaining against and then present it before the court. It will even make the work of the Supreme Court easier.
We also had Chris Ucheesian demanding for the judgment.
Certified true copy.
Yeah,
yes.
that day.
Yes.
So that because that time.
Yeah, that time. Between now and 60 days, the Supreme Court must give its judgment. And the earlier you go before the court so that they start looking at the materials, the better.
What did you think about the live coverage?
Well, if you recall that at the beginning of the proceedings, some Nigerians had demanded that they wanted to have live coverage of the tribunal proceedings to get a blow-by-blow account of what is happening, how evidence is admitted or rejected, or how they have been interacting with the parties before them. But they turned it down that it's not a comedy session, it's not a drama session. So some of us are wondering what actually changed when it came to the time of the judgment. Because if you understand the law properly, when a court is trying a case, particularly a case of such national significance and importance as this, the court is also on trial. It is the prerogative of reasonable men and women to sit back and decide to watch even the demeanor of the judges and how they are performing their judicial duties, as to form their own opinion whether justice is being done. Because the justice is not just what you did on the last day. It's a continuous exercise. What you did on the first day built up into the second day until you were ready to read the judgment. So some of us were wondering what exactly changed between that first request, which was turned down, and this one, which on the court on its own, so much, the court, there was nobody who applied. The court on its own now said, everybody should come. Everybody should watch. We are ready to read the judgment. So I thought that they would have allowed this live proceedings from the beginning of the case up to the conclusion.
Because many say, look, why is it that Nigerian judiciary took this stance? And for instance, in several countries across the world, several high-profile cases, they see what transpires, blow-by-blow account, they see the faces of the judges. But in this case, we don't see their faces.
Even yesterday, I hardly saw the face of any judge. I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
You're very right. That was a directive. That
yes, nobody.
Just
so what exactly were they hiding? There are things that raises questions. These are Nigerians. Many lawyers know them. Many people know them. What exactly were they hiding to say, don't put the camera? Because even the idea of you hearing a voice without seeing the person, the reading, the face, the gesticulations, even the way the person looks, makes it look somehow like an artificial intelligence kind of proceeding. There was absolutely no reason why we shouldn't have seen them. And nobody, there was no provision of the law, no rules of court that said that their faces should be hidden. Why do you have to hide if you know you are doing the right thing? So some of these things were questions agitating the minds of some Nigerians yesterday.